Welcome everybody to Real Broker podcast. Still determining what exactly this is, but
You ain't shoot from the hip, man. You just keep doing it. Consistency. It turns into something sooner or later.
Yeah. So, well, I got a good guest here, Phillip Thomas. Would you like to introduce I'm from Highland, Illinois, on the outskirts of St. Louis here.
Yep. So I'm Phillip Thomas. I'm from Rochester, Minnesota, or Minnesota in general, southeast Minnesota. We want to just kind of tell who we are and what we.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm actually, long story short, this guy found me online through social media. What we're doing right now, which kind of sparked us kind of doing this podcast. I originally went to school in Greenville. Used to be Greenville College.
Yeah,
now it's Greenville University.
And as did I. We didn't know this at the time.
You didn't know that?
I know.
I didn't know that.
No, yeah. I got my bachelor's at Greenville College.
Look at that. Small world, right?
Yeah.
So I'm originally from Chicago, and I've lived in Minnesota for nearly 15 years. And half the time that I lived in Minnesota, I've been in real estate. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we had no idea. So I originally, I'm sure, we're going to talk about you and your social media presence and all that. But so I had some clients that were moving out your direction. Yep. And I never knew Phillip immediately. And initially, started reaching out. At first, I went to Real to try to find out what agents were out there, and then I had my list. And then I started going and cross-referencing, Googling. All right, who's the one that really, I want to? And this guy had all this social media. He had some pretty awesome videos, and I thought this is the guy. So reached out to him. He was awesome, and
we took care of him.
You did.
Ryan got their house sold here in Highland. And I got them a house outside of Rochester, Minnesota, in Manorville, Minnesota, which is like 30 minutes outside of Roch. But yeah, they were awesome folks.
Yeah,
and they were.
They are amazing people. Yeah.
No.
Crazy that I would have never expected that we'd be sitting across from each other right here.
Did you play sports at Greenville?
No, I didn't. No, just local college. I went for education. So
okay.
Yeah.
So were you from Greenville, or you were just around kind of like college?
Surrounding area. Yeah. I worked in Greenville. Family. My wife's from Greenville. So
do you know what was the track coach's name? I know he was friends with a wrestler by the name of Hughes.
Matt Hughes?
Matt Hughes.
Yeah. He's a UFC fighter.
Yeah.
Great UFC fighter.
Yeah, he was friends with the head coach for Greenville University. I don't think he's head coaching anymore. But it's kind of small.
That's cool.
That's why I want to know.
That's cool. Yeah.
I knew he was from the Greenville area.
Yeah.
So,
for sure. Yeah, he's cool. That was when UFC was really good.
Yeah,
I loved UFC then. Yeah.
And it was actually uncharted too.
Right.
It wasn't what it is now, but it was like raw.
Yeah. So, well, hey, getting back on track here. Real estate. Tell us about your real estate journey in general. How long you been in business? And
like I said, I've been in Minnesota for 15 years, and I've been in real estate for going on over 8 years now. First 3 years I was with Remax Results in Minnesota for my first 3 years of business, and I worked with strictly buyers, no sellers at all.
Gotcha.
So, I pretty much teamed up with a guy who was working Zillow. So I learned how to take inbound calls and convert people, which is today most of those clients that I worked with 8 years ago, they're selling houses
still
now.
Yeah.
But no sellers whatsoever. Then after 3 years of working there, I ended up working with Coldwell Banker for 2.5 years. Once I got to Coldwell Banker, I started to work on the listing side. So I teamed up with somebody who was, and both Remax and Coldwell, I was on a team technically, which is a point that we're actually gonna make too when it comes to real. But I worked on teams for both sides, but I learned both sides of the business, and I pretty much took the pros and cons from this side and that side, and I figured, okay, who would I be? Now, granted, when I was working with the team at Coldwell Banker, he was the one who actually said that he thought that real was worth the switch, and I was like, okay, but real was up and coming because I think real started back in 2009.
It was,
I think it was like 2009,
yeah.
but they really didn't
It's
take
getting more
off
popular,
until,
yeah.
They didn't take off until after COVID.
Right.
2020, 2021 is when they really took off.
Right.
But I didn't make the switch until 2023 with a team. But
Mm-hmm.
then once I realized how flexible Real was, it just made sense to just do it on my own.
Yeah.
So I've been kind of on my own with Real for the past 2 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, so you've been with Real for 2 years, which Real's really just now within this past year. I mean, they're really starting to blow up on a much larger scale. So 2 years, you were still one of the, one of the ones that are on the front line. First getting in. But
because now it's like what 30-some thousand. Like when I was in, it was like, oh, we're at 6,000.
Yeah, right, exactly.
And then we got to 12,000. I was like, oh, we're growing. Huh? So it was kind of awesome to be a part of that little first cycle of folks getting in.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. So one of the things with this that I really, really want to be able to try to convey is I think that Real, no matter what level of production someone is at, I think the Real's model is phenomenal for whether you're a huge, large team or you're someone that only does a handful of deals a year and everything in between that. I think Real's model is perfect for that. So with that being said, like what is your expectations for the amount of volume you plan on doing this year, your price point?
Yeah. So Rochester is pretty much, average market value is anywhere from, it's kind of a range because everything's kind of inflated over the country, but Rochester's in its own bubble because of it's a hospital town, so we have very high revolving door or very retention rate is high. It was just because at the end of the day you got people coming in and out trying to learn from this town, so our prices are always going, which means taxes are going. So we just saw the highest number of $1 million properties in Rochester, which is good because that means growth.
Yeah.
With that comes tax increases. But the market value has ranged from 3 to 375, 350 over the last couple of years. So that's average. So, right now for me personally, most of the folks that I helped, 5 years ago that are now starting to sell their homes, their average market values are in that range from $400,000 to $600,000.
Yeah.
So for me, I'm not pushing out a ton of houses right now because I'm helping buyer and sellers most of the time, or I'm helping those sellers go find houses.
Yeah.
So if I'm helping 10 of my clients, technically I'm doing 20 transactions.
Right.
And then also too, a lot of my deals are sphere of influence.
Yeah.
So I have a lot of past clients, sphere of influence, and referrals. So
Yeah.
I'm not.
So those
you say
that net commission's a whole lot better whenever you're working your sphere of influence there.
Yes, most definitely. And then on top of it, like I said, the price points are a little bit higher. So
Yeah.
But with me being right now, being 2 years in, I kind of understand like the blueprint of how it is to run your own business.
Yeah.
So
Right.
So now I understand my scale, where I'm supposed to be, what numbers I'm supposed to be hitting. I've been part of teams where they were selling 100 to 120 houses a year.
Yeah.
And you being a part of that, you see what the possibilities are.
Right.
I know where I can be in the future, but right now I'm pretty much just I have a yearly track. So like last year my goal was to hit 20 transactions. This year is supposed to hit 30 transactions for 2026, and then kind of increasing, by 5% each year.
Yeah.
That's kind of like my goal.
Right.
But as far as I guess well, I don't want to get too off track. What?
I think that.
Yeah, that's kinda
Yeah. So you're probably,
I don't want to keep babbling on.
Yeah,
saying the
roughly.
wrong thing,
You're roughly similar in production, around about 8 million for the entire year with 20 transactions
Yeah,
or
that's
so.
consistent.
Yeah.
That's
Which
really,
is what I do. That's the exact same numbers that I do.
Find consistency. And over time, it should grow if you're keeping your people.
Yeah.
Coming back and forth.
Right.
And then they're referring people.
Right.
So that's why I try to be kind of cautious with how much I'm saying I'm going to increase too, because the goal is to try and hit 100% every year.
Yeah.
I don't know how often you're hitting 100%. I'm coming up short, but I kind of have that same philosophy. If you're aiming for stars and you land on the moon, then you're still getting some production. At least I'm getting something to scale off of.
Yeah.
So.
And sometimes I think I'm starting to actually be more content with these type of numbers.
Yeah.
I initially wanted to create a huge team, but I'm getting to the point where like these running lean and mean and not having a whole lot of expenses that are monthly expenses that those are stressful. You know,
Stressful.
We're a family of 6 here, and providing for them. You know, like whatever.
Life is not cheap.
No. When there's no closings in a month, but I still got those expenses. It gets stressful. So,
and I think that's where, like for me, that's where the kind of the trade off is right now. Is that so I'm doing commercial deals. I got my first $1 million listing coming up next spring.
Nice, man.
You know, so like if you're doing a higher volume transactions and it's not as bad. I would say anybody's goal would never to be to stunt your growth.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna happen. If you treat people good, you do a good job.
Yeah.
In return, you're gonna get more business. That's just how it works. So I know it's going to go that way because I've blueprinted some guys who've done high numbers. So I'm content with it, like you just said, because I know what comes with that.
Right.
It comes bigger bills.
You're exactly right.
So
exactly, those Zillow bills are not cheap.
They're not at all.
So no. So you made the move to Real Broker a couple years ago. What were some specific? Was there a specific moment or conversation that made you start thinking about making that move?
Well, I think it was more so what our current broker was doing. And it was so much money that was coming from the transactions, it just didn't make sense. I mean, the things that we could do now that I see, that we do ourselves now, and we get that money back after so many times, but transactions. But I think that's what it was. It was like, okay, why is so much, where is all this money going? Mm-hmm. Once you start doing the numbers, because at the time, let's just say base. I think base for national, most brokers take anywhere between 15 to 20%. Most do. I mean, some of these big box brokers, they take that consistently through the year. There's no changes.
Right.
So then you look at
There's no
those
cap.
So, and then when you are making, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 transactions, that adds up.
Oh, yeah.
So then I guess the conversation was, of course, in my eyes, I know that in time I would get to that point. So, of course, you want to go somewhere where your money's been spent well.
Right.
And also you're retaining your money. Especially it was like, well, where is all this extra money really going to?
Right.
That was the deciding point. And I said, okay, it got to the point where I think I also realized with my partner at the time, my business partner, it just made sense to go somewhere where your money is being well spent, And once I realized that real, it's kind of all on you. And it goes back to the conversation that we were having, is that, if I was newer, if I had just got my license, I probably would have stayed at a bigger box brokerage, or I would have probably, I technically speaking, when I joined Real, I was a part of a team.
Yeah.
But had I came off the street regularly, I don't think I would have.
Yeah.
Real is a little, and we had this conversation not too long ago. I feel like Real is a luxury version. That's what I was going to say. A luxury version of EXP. It's on a different level.
Yeah.
So if I would have just jumped into Real, I wouldn't have had no idea what I'm doing at all.
Yeah.
Just because we have so much more responsibility.
Yeah.
But that's why we get back so much more from the broker.
Yeah. And to your point, I'm starting to be in the camp of, if you're a new agent, really, I'm not sure what big box brokers are a really good fit for any brand new agent anymore. I think if you're a brand new agent, you really need to be on a team or a very small boutique brokerage that feels like a team.
Yeah.
Because I just don't, it's just tough. Like,
it is. And
you can hit the ground running so much faster as a new agent.
Guidance. Yeah.
Yeah, you get that guidance and everything. And I think, and don't get me wrong, like I'm sure there's big box brokers that can do a very good job with them as well. But maybe this office here in Edwardsville, Illinois, might not be the same as what that office is over there in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So so it really varies from location to location.
Yeah.
But yeah, new agents, I would join a team first and foremost. I think that's your number one.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. You got to have some guidance. I don't think I would be, and I always give kudos back to those guys who helped me get to this point. Yeah. Like I wouldn't be where I'm at if I didn't have that good guidance. And I don't say all guidance is not good guidance, but I mean, you definitely want to do your research to try and see like who's actually getting results, and on top of that, who has good representation or a good reputation that you can kind of follow behind if they're willing to teach you.
Yeah. So the splits were a big part of it. Your 85-15 splits, cap at 12,000 is very enticing.
Yep.
I tell you, I do love the 85-15 split, especially whenever if your cap renews in the winter months.
Yeah.
The 85-15 split helps
Yep.
a lot, because there's not a lot of transactions for us when we're doing 20 transactions a year or so. Like those winter months are slow.
They are. So my split happens in August, unfortunately.
Oh, no kidding.
It happens right in the middle of like.
Gotcha.
So like it'd be great if I mean honestly, but we also made the change, and I didn't really know.
Yeah.
You didn't really know how to. You just took a chance.
Yeah.
You did your research, but I wish I would have made the switch in the winter time.
Yeah.
Which typically that's when most people will make
Right.
those moves to different
Right.
brokers because it's slower at
Yeah.
that time. But yeah, you're right.
But
You're
either
right.
way, it doesn't matter as much
you
versus
still-
whenever some of the other ones
Yeah.
are taking 30-40%.
100%.
You before that cap, or if there is a cap.
Yeah.
So, was there and if nothing's jumping your head at the moment, that's plenty fine. But is there any other reasons outside of that made you want to make that move initially?
I know. I think that. Well, number one, I think that as I got into the culture, I wouldn't necessarily. I think my decision was made because I was part of a team, and it just kind of made sense financially after doing numbers.
Yeah.
But I realized once we made the switch, it was a good switch.
Yeah.
And the reason why I feel like it was a good switch is because I personally feel, and I was a little nervous before because it was a new name in a little big town. So Rochester is
Right.
150,000 people plus. It's basically the third largest city in Minnesota, behind St. Paul and Minneapolis. So I mean, you're coming in with the town being revolved around Mayo, because Mayo Clinic is the #1 hospital. With the town being revolved around the clinic, all it takes is somebody not to like or have a bad experience, and then your draft percentage goes down.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to look your way no more. So I felt like, okay, either this place has to hit it off big, and it did. We
Yeah.
had a lot of big names that came over to Real.
Really?
And then we got a lot of shine.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I was there.
Yeah.
At least in the Rochester area, I felt like because I did a lot of social media, so I was really pushing the name.
Yeah.
But it was the culture. It was the culture of feeling like you can be, no pun intended, I did like the idea of real.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like I had to put it on a face.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Everybody thinks that a real estate agent has a certain silhouette.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's just like, maybe sometimes dealing with different big box brokers, I feel like you did have to have a certain persona or carry yourself a certain way.
Or brand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brand. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like here it's a little bit more like you can still be professional and you can still provide for your clients, but you can be you.
Yeah. You're exactly,
You can be real.
You're exactly right.
know what I mean?
Yeah, you're exactly right.
So that once I got in, I was like, oh, okay. So when I did see like the Sharon, and I was rocking the J's, I was like, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
'cause
exactly.
I was always the guy when I first got into real estate, I worked with a guy who wore a suit and tie and dress shoes every day. Mm-hmm. And on weekends, I might see him in flip flops. So I got into that, and that was coming straight from working in rural America to seeing suit and tie and slacks and dress shoes to now coming into wearing like sometimes this is how I show up to my walkthroughs. I might show up to a closing, but I don't feel like it takes away from who I am as a professional because I let my work speak for itself.
I say the exact same thing. Sometimes, and I've gotten made fun of before. I've gone to like a walkthrough or something in basketball shorts. Yeah. I mean, I have to know that client very well.
You do.
And I've already proven my knowledge I let my work speak for it, not how I'm dressed per se.
So, I'll come to some walkthroughs and some Crocs, but Sperry Crocs, not your regular Crocs. Sperry Crocs.
That's funny.
But no, I think that Real allows you to be you, and I think that's the reason why I enjoy working here or representing. Technically, we represent.
Yeah.
We represent this company because we're kind of showing folks what they could potentially get or gain from it.
Yeah.
Is you can be a professional and you can really be you.
Yeah.
You can really make it what you want to make it.
You're exactly right. And that's one of the big things too, talking about that, even with the numbers. Real lets you do business how you want to do business. Like they don't hold your hand along with it. You're a big boy. You run your business, whether it's a team or you personally, whatever you want to do within your business. They kind of let you do your thing. Yeah,
yep. And that's
pretty
where
nice.
Like going back to the point we were making earlier about teams versus individual. You can fall on your face. You can, because if you're not doing it the right way, it can be overbearing, and that's probably where the benefit of joining a team will come into play, especially for a broker like Real. So I personally, in Minnesota, I'm not the guy who's trying to recruit everybody to this broker. I'm really not. I recruit the best to this broker because I feel like there's the agents who have been representing Real so far. I mean, I feel like they're top tier. I don't want everybody, some people say everybody and their mama coming to this broker, because I feel like that's where you start kind of getting, a bad egg or two, or somebody who doesn't truly know what they're doing because they're chasing the money. They're not necessarily chasing the reputation, but they're chasing the longevity of being with Real. They're chasing, once you hit your cap, you're going to make all the money. Like, no, it's not. It's not how it works. So. But I just wanted to kind of speak on that just a little bit before we got to it.
And I love the fact that you say that, because I do feel the same too. But it's that experience that you're talking about. You're in Minnesota and I'm in Illinois, but yet we have the same experience, and I just think that's a cool thing. That's a really cool thing.
I don't know how many miles away. We're probably.
You just drove it today.
I did just drive it today. Well, that was from Nebraska, so it's 300 to Nebraska, and then from Nebraska to here, I would say it's probably 5. Actually, I think it was like 5 something.
Wow.
So we might as well say 700 to 800 miles. I was probably like 600 to 800 miles, 600 to 700 miles.
It's a good drive.
Yeah, that's a nice little distance.
Okay, so I know with me, I had some, and we could talk about that too, but I had some skepticism whenever going from a local brokerage to a national brokerage that is an online brokerage. Like, I had some skepticism with that.
Cloud base.
What was some of your skepticism, and what did that get crushed? What was some of those things on making you a little nervous about making that move?
I mean, I think first off, when I first got into real estate, I was the office guy every day. But granted, my office was my car, but I had an office. With the cloud base, I mean, you have a choice to have an office, but we don't really, they don't provide office. It's really on you. Again, it's another scenario of like you can make your business what you want to make it. But I think that's where the benefit is that there's no blueprint to how you're supposed to be successful. So, I mean, personally, because I feel like once I went from office to kind of just. We didn't really rely on the big box brokers location. We kind of just my office is home. My office is really wherever I go. My office is at a coffee shop.
Same here.
I pull up a laptop. I'm at my office. But I do like the fact that because we have so much responsibility, everything is streamlined. Like, I love the control of being able, like, literally on our way here, I was setting up a transaction for a commercial that I got going on. And just to make sure that I had all the proper documentation, I'm able to go in and set all the terms. I'm able to go in and see what our documentation is needed. I don't need to, have something pre-set up. That way I can sit into an admin and let the admin do this. Like, I'm controlled from A to Z. It all falls on me. And I think that is the beauty behind, like, it being cloud-based. Or it being, like, everything's at your fingertips. That's what I love.
Right. No, you're 100% agree. I 100% agree with you there. I tell you, one of the things that I was really nervous about, and whenever making that move, was who's my managing broker? Like, this managing broker's across the state of Illinois.
This is true.
And I was nervous about that at first, and that was something that I was totally surprised with on how, one, John, shout out, he's the man. Like, my managing broker, and I think that might be a lot of fear with a lot of people is, hey, I can go knock on my managing broker's door right now
and talk to him
Yeah. But we have a different way of doing it, which I think is
virtual, text messages, phone calls.
I love it.
I would say, I mean, I guess you can kind of say that was because when issues started to arise, then you had to start making those phone calls. It's different than going, like you said, to go knock on somebody's door or pop in their office, ask questions. But Honestly, it's just because you just step outside the norm. I mean, I think it's fine, especially after COVID. Everybody was kind of, homebound. Everybody was wired home. So I think the transition from going from COVID to real, it was really easy not going back into the office because nobody was really in the office anyway.
Yeah.
So I guess I wasn't as nervous.
Right.
But I do agree with you when you talk about managing broker. It's a different process.
Yeah.
But it wasn't hard to learn.
No.
You know
No.
what I mean?
And now that now that I've gotten used to it, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
You're
So,
free.
and two things. One, I think what they are doing with Leo, and if you guys aren't aware with what Leo is our AI. He's our smart AI.
Yeah.
And so how the managing brokers use Leo within, they use him as a tool. But then the fact that we can just go in our deals and like we have a ongoing chat within our deals. So I don't ever have to go if I'm knocking on the door and I'm not saying, hey, are you familiar with that one deal that I was talking about 3 weeks ago?
Everybody sees it.
Yeah.
That's
we
connected to it.
We just comment within our dashboard within reason. And they're familiar with it.
You got a transaction team, you got a broker team. They and on top of that, you have support too. But for the most part, I haven't had an issue with. And also on top of that, you have to be built for it too. You have to be built for being okay with being on your own, and being okay with not getting an answer right away and taking time. Maybe you would say. Timing is probably because you look at things from pros and cons. I don't ever want to try and draw a picture of something being great 100% of the time. I think the only thing is maybe the time. But at the end of the day, I think most of the time, or most situations, I always get an answer. I always get a response.
Yeah.
I always get a resolution. I mean, I think that would be the same if you're waiting for somebody in their office. They're not in today.
Right.
They're out sick.
Right.
They're on vacation.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
they're doing their own deals.
Poison. Yeah.
As a
Exactly.
managing broker, a lot of times they're doing their own deals.
With these, I think these are folks who are actually in these positions. This is what they do.
This is what they do. Yeah. I'm unbelievably surprised on how fast the response times are.
Yeah.
Anytime we've ever reached out to our managing broker. So Illinois, I can tell you, managing broker there for Illinois is awesome.
Travis, you're good, man.
Yeah.
you do a good job.
So we got
a lot of. How many agents do you guys have in Illinois?
Man, dude, I knew you were going to put me on that spot. I want to say Illinois got a lot of room. I want to say we're sitting at 300 right now. So we got a lot of room to grow still.
Yeah, we do too.
That's what I just heard the other day.
Yeah, we got
around about that.
I think we're in the same ballpark. We're not as huge as some of the, you would say, East Coast, West Coast.
Yeah.
South, Texas, stuff like that. No, we're not as huge because we have a location in Minneapolis, and then we have Rochester. And then you got a little team. Well, let me rephrase that. There are other teams like in Plymouth. There's folks spread out, but the major teams are in Minneapolis and in Rochester.
Gotcha.
But we're growing.
Yeah.
Still growing too.
Yeah.
People are always switching over.
Yeah. What was something that when you got over? Well, actually, hold on. Before I go there, how difficult when you transitioned? This was something that I was nervous about. I was with one brokerage the entire time. So before I switched over to Real, I was just with one brokerage. I was nervous making that transition to a new brokerage. I had multiple deals under contract. I had multiple listings that were active. I was nervous.
Yeah, I'll be nervous too.
Well, how was your transition?
Well, we did have transactions that that is. I mean, I think that kind of lies into the legal. So I guess it depends on the relationship you have with your broker.
Yeah.
At that time.
Yeah.
If it's tough and shaky.
Yeah.
Then you're probably going to have a tough time with that
Could
broker.
be. That is a good
getting
point.
Transactions removed, and then sometimes I've saw where transactions just have to finish out.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think it really depends on that relationship.
It is.
I think that's case by case.
It is. So, and twofold to that. One, if it is going to be cheeky, like that, and it's going to be difficult, rip that Band-Aid off. It's never going to get easy.
Yeah, it's not.
Just, do it. And then, and if it is easy, so my previous brokerage, I still love them. I love the people that are within the brokerage there, and they made it very simple for me. They left the door open for me if I wanted to come back.
Right,
but
right.
so it was a smooth transition.
that in today's world, I feel that it used to be that the brokers made the real estate agents.
Yeah.
I don't think it's that way anymore.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
more so of the agents making the brokers now.
Yeah.
So they have to keep those, they have to retain those relationships, because it might be a situation where you go somewhere for a year or two and you say, you know what, I don't like this, I'm going to come back.
Yeah.
And you have that choice.
Yeah.
But I think in the past, or in the past or in history, I think that most people would stay loyal to the broker that they're with. But honestly, this is not the game anymore. You know, people have the choice to go wherever they want to go based on what that broker is doing for them, for their clients.
Right.
And I think that's the reason why we made an adjustment to Reels, because not only are we taking care of our people, Reels taking care of us.
Yeah.
In return, we're going to take care of our people
Right.
even more.
Right.
You know
Exactly
what I mean?
right. Yep.
So
Yep.
I think that if they did have deals on the table, you know, hopefully you have that communication with that broker just to be like, hey, what can we do to make sure that, you know, if you have a bad taste in your mouth with a broker, I mean, everything's case by case.
Yeah.
I guess I don't want to get too, because you never know what the situation is.
Right.
But you don't know until you try. That's
Right.
really what it is. That's risk.
Yeah.
That's what we do right now when we work real estate. This is a
Yeah.
risk that we take. And we
Yep.
took risk coming here.
We
It's
did.
real.
Yeah.
But it was a good risk.
Yeah, yeah, more than happy. I couldn't be happier, really. Have you noticed any? I've always kind of been in the camp of the brokers. I always felt like brokerages never really provided you much of an opportunity different from one, other than saving some money from one to the next.
Yeah.
And that's where my mindset was initially with Real. But now that I'm in Real, I have discovered I have gotten more
just not-
opportunity because of Real, and I've never believed that was going to ever be a case with any brokerage. It was just somewhere to hang your license,
Yep.
and then it's up to you go and do it.
Yeah. I mean,
Real's the first time I feel like it's actually
This is
actually
true.
get the opportunities.
And you have different angles. If you want to teach, you know,
Yeah,
if you want
exactly.
to promote, if
Exactly.
you want to market,
Yeah.
you want to be just in production. I'm more of a production guy,
Yeah,
but I have a knack for social media. I mean, have I had people come to me regarding Real? Yes. I mean, because at the end of the day, we are still flagships for this broker.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I do love the fact that you have so many different angles that you could go to make a profit for your family.
Yeah.
And not only just from the situation of finding different opportunities to be a part of the broker, but I just feel like Real is setting up different avenues to, like, from a personal standpoint.
Yeah.
From like the tax accounts that they start to set up for people.
Yeah,
Like, that's huge.
The profit first tax system, you know.
And then you have situations where they have the medical and dental and vision.
Yeah.
Like, brokers are not doing that.
No, right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So they're taking a step further, trying to, like, not necessarily get into your life, but they're trying to be a service to your life other than just you hanging your license somewhere.
Yeah.
And I think that's the
It's
reason
that
why they said that.
it's that fintech aspect that they're
Yeah.
doing, you know.
But they're setting themselves apart.
Yeah,
And,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I like
I
it.
tell you what, as far as opportunities go, just being, even if you are just someone who produces and that's all you care to do, do you have Lofty?
I do have Lofty. That is huge. Now, Lofty is expensive. So when I first got to
Yeah.
because we had Lofty.
For anybody else that's not in Real.
It's not, exactly.
It's not for us.
I think it's like 500. Now, I don't know how much it is now.
Yeah.
But at the time, it was a couple $100.
Yeah.
Now it's
I think
like
it's-
$40.
Well, for us, yeah, we pay $50 a month.
Yeah, $50
Yeah.
bucks for when I first got to Real.
Yeah, it was 40.
So
Yeah.
I mean, it increasing business
But-
is growing.
but that
But
value-
that's still good though.
Yeah.
A couple $100 on if you're doing numbers, I mean that's still saving you money because Lofty is. I mean, when we're talking about CRM, it's one of the better CRMs. I think like Follow Up Boss is a good one. Too.
I came from Follow Up Boss
Yeah,
to
okay.
Lofty.
Yeah.
And I'm paying the same amount. So with Lofty, I mean, Follow Up Boss, I'm paying the same amount, which was $50 for the base version of Follow Up Boss. But for $50, we're not getting the base version of Lofty. We're getting a website. We're getting, you know, that's something that you'd have to have Ylopo with Follow Up Boss.
Yep.
And I'm not bashing Follow Up Boss. I think it's still great.
It's awesome.
It's still great.
It depends
You know,
on your
Ylopo's
business
great.
plan.
Yeah. But all the things we get is like I was just listening to something the other day. I think it's like a $550 value.
That's
that
what
we,
I thought
that
it was
we,
500 something
yeah,
bucks.
that we get for like $50.
Yeah. I heard
so,
that too.
But I never thought having a website was important as far as having a MLS search on my website. I never thought it was that important. But now that I have gotten Lofty, I have gotten deals because Lofty just automatically starts dripping on my clients that I didn't do anything to set up. it's just, and then I got a notification, hey, so-and-so is looking at this property. They looked at it 3 times. Like, what?
Yeah.
This is wild. I better call it, and I've gotten business because of just uploading my contacts to Lofty.
Yeah.
That's all I did, and I've gotten business.
And I've done the same thing. I dug into the free website too. Now I went a different route with Lofty, but I did use it, and it definitely is a benefit. Now, mind you, for me, I mean, I think most people need CRM so that way they can keep on track.
Yeah.
I kind of have a system built in to where I just use my calendar to keep myself on track, but I probably will end up going back to Lofty once I start ramping up with clientele.
Yeah.
Because you do forget sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And that's where the benefit of Lofty, it keeps you honest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
I agree. That's a good point to make for Lofty.
Yeah. What about outside? So we got Lofty. Is there any kind of like real technology that just kind of blows you away now that you've been within Real for 2 years?
I like the business. What is that? The where you can kind of set up your 5-year, your 10-year.
Oh yeah,
where
yeah.
I'm going to be in 5 or 10 years.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Like
it
a
kinda
success.
tells you
You're playing
the success plan.
Yeah.
I think it is called.
Yeah.
But I set that up when I first started.
Yeah.
And then where I set my numbers, of course, I adjusted since then. I kind of look at it every year, and I'm like, okay, they said, well, you're on track for X, Y, Z. I mean, again, it's another thing to kind of keep you honest. And you start looking, okay, where do I need to be to hit this number? So, I mean, I think overall, I think technology-wise, I'm a very at-your-hand type of guy. Like, my whole business is through my phone. So, I just love the fact that everything is quick. Support is quick.
Yeah.
I think they do a great job working with us as agents. But overall, I don't know, man. I don't think too many other brokerages are doing it like this when it comes to applications and it comes to being able to control everything from your fingertips. This is it right here.
Do you guys have, for your guys' checks, do you guys, does it get mailed out, or are you taking, like I can take digital picture. I just take a picture of our commission. Dude, that's the route.
Well, so
that's the way to do it.
So I use the Real Wallet app.
Yeah.
I mean the Real. So yeah, I use that card. So I mean, you talking about instant payments?
It is. Yeah.
Yeah. Like as soon as the transaction hits and it's closed and you got all your documentation uploaded and everything is in compliance, you're getting paid instantly. So I mean, I utilize that. But I do think that's dope. And also they just integrated a new plan where if you do use that Real card, the business card, then you actually have They have like both. They're getting smart. They're trying to find ways to make sure that people are using it. There's like point systems set up in there. You hit certain tiers and you get certain like swag and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
So I mean, like just having, it's like having a credit card, and you don't even have to have the real credit card. It's just it's just your checking account, debit card that you can have through Real, and you get points literally for just having money sitting in your account.
Just using it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
It is dope.
And that's something like. So that can go to even like you were saying, swag that can go towards your cap to knock that cap off and things of that nature. But super cool thing.
Also too, we need to start talking about that because I'm thinking about all the things within the app. But I mean, this is a publicly traded company.
Yeah.
Like that is the beauty of being able to see, you hitting certain numbers and getting, cap awards, post cap awards. Getting these stock options like that is, to me, that was one of the biggest things. Not only saving money from the brokerage, but knowing that I'm getting paid money based off the performance of the company. Right. If more people are doing their job, kind of goes back to what I said about the people that are coming into the company. If everybody is on this upward scale, then everything else should grow. Yeah. And I know we haven't talked about stock. I probably jumped the gun with that.
No, you're good. You're good. We can get right into that. So, like the stock itself. It is. I think it's fascinating that how Real is positioning themselves for that stock to do well. You definitely got some thoughts on stock. Like what do you?
So like I told you, I'm more so of a production base. So I mean, as long as I'm working and I'm hitting my numbers, then I'm getting stock awards. I mean, it's great to know that you have stock vesting.
And you just did what you normally do.
You didn't do anything different from any of the brokers. You just did your job. But because you did your job, other people see you doing your job. They're joining this company. That stock is rising. Yeah. So I do love that. I mean, honestly, you don't even think about it. Yeah. Like, even us having this conversation, I'm trying to think about the thing that the great things that are about this company. That's like one of the pillars of this company. So, and that kind of just cooks on the back end when I'm not even thinking about it because I'm not worried about getting these deals done.
Right.
So.
Right. Yeah. And then if you're someone who's hitting that, for us in with my production area, that 20 to around about 30,000, or I'm sorry, 30 transactions roughly.
Yeah.
You're probably getting to that point where you now hit a new level. You capped,
Yep.
and now you're getting that. You paid, if you paid $6,000 after post cap,
Yep.
you get $16,000 back in stock for just doing what you do.
Just doing what you do.
Doing it. Yeah.
Like, you see that, you say, what?
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
doing your regular job.
Haven't got that yet, but
Hey, it's
I'm
coming.
working on it.
It's
Working on it.
coming.
Yeah. So.
And then you also got like elite. So it
Yeah.
goes back to like my thought process with how I am as a real estate agent. So I'm actually starting to tap into commercial now. And I mean, you got agents who are doing $1 million transactions. Like, that's what I want to do. A lot of my content was revolving around luxury properties. I want to be a luxury agent, so I need to be around luxury things or luxury people or luxury products in order to kind of get that title. So, I mean, to know that if I become an agent that's revolving around luxury, then I get rewarded for that.
Right.
Like, to me, that's huge. I mean, it's another level of acknowledgement.
Yeah.
So that those are kind of, as we were talking, some of the things that kind of just popping into my head. But
Yeah.
there's a lot to like about real.
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. Okay, so as we're winding down here, if there was another agent that is listening and curious about real, what would you tell them?
Just do it.
That's what I was going to say to you.
What Shia LaBeouf say? Do it. Do it. No, I think real is dope. I mean,
Yeah.
I think that for me, it's culture.
Yeah.
So I like the culture. I like the fact that I can be me.
Yeah.
But on top of that, they give you so much to be the best person that you can be, and it's on you though.
Yeah.
So they can give you the tools, but it's on you to actually take it to the motherland. So, I mean, if I was talking to an agent that was thinking about coming here, I would definitely tell them to do their research, and definitely look at if they did find a team, because if you are a team in real, I mean, you're able to probably take care of your people, because again, we're satellite, so if they have an office, that's probably beneficial for you, so you can actually understand how this process works. Maybe you start to create a schedule. Because if you come to real right away, unless you have all these things set forth, like, that's not cheap to try and create an office, and you have no idea how real estate works. That's an expense that you probably can't take on yet. But if you are an experienced agent and you're trying to think, like we were talking about earlier, where they have those deals pending, and you're trying to wonder, should I do it? It's worth it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
we don't have a magic ball, but I mean, we're at 30,000 plus agents over the last 2 years. I think we've doubled.
Yeah.
In agents across the country. Like, it's no joke. Like it's a legit culture here.
Yeah. And the retention rate is through the roof. It's not, we're not just adding and dumping.
Yeah.
Like, the retention rate is super high.
That's because people are starting to realize, I mean, it's not a smoke screen.
Yeah.
So, like, it's legitimate. What they're offering is legit products. It's up to you to use the products and use them in the best way possible. Like you said earlier, it's up to you and how you drive your vehicle.
Yeah.
Once they give you the keys, you got to keep the gas in it. You got to keep you got to keep it oiled up.
Right.
Keep it serviced. Because at the end of the day, Real is definitely offering some awesome products to their agents.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. That's why I'm still here.
Okay. What do you wish you'd known before you made the move?
I wish I would have known about them a little earlier.
Same here. That's what I wish I would have known earlier.
I wish I would have known about it earlier.
Not waited.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I would have known about it earlier, I mean, some of the guys I was working with, they probably would have did the same thing. They probably would have left a long time ago.
Yeah.
But also it's fear of not knowing. I mean, nobody knew Real was going to be at this point 4 years ago.
Right.
But, I mean, the guys who did take those jumps, I mean, it was well worth it. I don't know. Don't you think that when you think about an economy, let's just think 2021, we probably had the largest increase in real estate agents.
Oh yeah.
Ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
In history, I don't know if that's true or not. I'm just saying something. But and then over the last 3 years, probably had the biggest drop.
Yeah. Yeah.
Million plus agents gone.
This isn't as easy as I thought it was.
Exactly. Everybody thought it was going to be a quick buck. It was like, no, it is not.
Yeah.
So, I mean, realistically speaking, this is definitely a time to like. I think real estate is being revamped.
Dude, you're literally leading right into my next question.
Like it's literally being revamped.
Yeah.
It's all about personality. It's all about who you are. Like, let's think about it right now. Like most people back then, before social media, people found business through phone books, through newspapers, through signs, through commercials.
Yeah,
that was it. Like there was no social media video. There was no, they might be, the internet came out, but websites are so at the fingertips now. So it's like, that's why I say I feel like because it's being rebranded like an easy, streamlined system, but still like top of the line professionals. Like this is why Real is kind of like standing in the forefront of that option. Like yes, people can go to other companies. I mean, there's no, depends on what you want.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you want something that's kind of like at your fingertips, you want a broker that's offering you tons of different options to grow as an individual or to like be an elite agent, like this is where you want to go.
So, and with that being said, so of course we have we are very strongly rooted in Real at this point. What do you think you were talking about the industry is changing like at a rapid rate?
It is.
What do you feel where do you feel like your future is with Real, and what is Real doing for us for the future?
I mean, that's a loaded question. I don't say it's a tough. Nobody has a magic ball. I do think that there is a lot more protection than it was years and years ago. So we kind of have an idea of where a market could truly go. We have enough data to figure out whether or not real estate is safe or not. I mean, even right now, if people look at real estate, they would still say real estate is not safe. But we think otherwise. Yeah. And we're still doing it and successful at it. But I think that I think it Real. I mean, I feel like they're giving their folks, like, it goes back to like what I was telling you, they're giving you so many different personal options to try and like navigate your life so that way you be a better agent for your client. Right. So I think because of that, I mean, they're already a step ahead of another broker. But I mean, when it comes to the future, nobody knows the future. No. I mean, it's really tough to.
But that's what I love about Real though, at the same time, is I feel like, so when Real says that they're going, so far, I'm never usually
going to do something.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Yes, that's my point.
They say they're going to do something. They do it.
They do.
And they follow through.
And then there's a lot of times I've been, like you hear someone's going to, like this company's going to release this product. It's going to be the greatest product. Yeah. You're going to be so blown away.
Or it happens and it fizzles out.
It doesn't
what
work.
Happened to that?
Or
No, I would say most of the time when they say something is happening, it happens. Yeah. And you see it happening. Yeah. And then people are using it, and it's beneficial. So I agree with you.
Yeah. So that's what
by their word.
And I do feel like they are so in touch with what's going on within real estate that no matter where the real estate transaction or where real estate transitions to, Real's where I want to be. They're adjusting. Real's where I want to be. I want it because they're doing things quickly, very quickly.
Yeah, and that's what you want. That's what you want. Especially from a broker when your business is such,
Let's see here. This one might be a difficult one to answer here, but we'll go with it. If you could sum up your experience with Real in one word, what would it be and why?
One word. I mean, it's been real.
I knew you were going to say it.
Like, let's be real.
You're a dude.
It's been real.
And that's,
they're genuine behind what they're saying. Like you just said, it hasn't been a situation where I've seen somebody saying, what are you guys doing? No, it's been like legitimately. They pushed out something. If it works for you, you can use it. If not, you move on to the next product or item or thing that they put out there for you to be a better person, a better agent. So, I mean, realistically speaking, Real is legitimately real. Yeah.
I think the like everybody within Real is real. Yep. You are allowed to be real as your own self as a real estate agent. Yeah, I think real is the word.
I agree.
Dude, I can't believe that from sending you Googling this Phillip Thomas guy to sitting across the table from you and doing our podcast together, interview together.
When you said the questions too, I asked her. I mean, he was like, I made a mistake. I was like, can you read this for me? I was like, oh, okay. And I was like, yeah, I can do those. So I knew that you were probably gonna have more stuff, but man, all this stuff is kind of just it's what we do.
Yeah.
I know you're a real estate agent because you were saying the same things. And we're
Right.
almost 700 miles apart from each other.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Experiencing the same thing from the same company.
Right.
So I mean, I think that in itself says a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because your experience can be completely different, 4 states away.
Right.
And it's not.
That's true. Great point. Great point. Yeah. I appreciate it, brother.
Oh yeah, man, this is dope.